Welcome back to the shop. Again, my name is Mark. I want to talk a little bit more about tools and their storage. First of all, something I didn't mention in the introduction is a lot of carvers keep their tools in these tool rolls, which is totally, absolutely fine. But what happens is they also want to work out of them. And so you put your tools in here, going opposite like this, and then you go to work out of them, and you end up going to grab this tool and you catch yourself here. For some reason, I always cut myself working out of these. So I don't ever work out of a tool roll at all. It's just a standard for me. I use them. I used to use them a little bit for storage, but now all I use tool rolls for is when I have to go do a class or something. I have to take them somewhere. I use them for transportation. That's it. So just want to give you a heads up on that. I don't know how many times I've cut myself working out of a tool roll. Just not a good idea for me anyway. Maybe I'm klutzy, who knows. So what I did was I made this little tool tray. It's basically just a tray with some dividers in it. And normally you're not using that many chisels, anywhere usually from 6 to a dozen. And this way they don't roll off your bench. You can put them in the same location. You know where they're at. It just seems to work pretty good. So you might consider that. This one, it's kind of funny, but I made little bitty dovetails in here, and boy, they were a challenge. But it was fun. Anyway, back to the tools. Again, like I said before, you can do a lot with just a knife and a V chisel and a gouge. Anything from a number 3, 5, or 7 usually. So that's what I would concentrate on if you're looking to purchase tools. Look for like a 3, 5, 7, and around 14 millimeters. That'll do you pretty good. And you can kind of just get a start. All of the tools that you see, I have probably over 200. I've just acquired those over the years. I didn't start with that many, and the honest truth is I don't really need that many. But I like collecting them. I think I need a 12-step program to break the addiction or whatever, you know. So let's talk a little bit about some brands. Now, Swiss Made or File, they're very well known and well recognized. And the nice thing about these, particularly for somebody who's starting out, is they come honed, sharp, ready to go. All you have to do is maintain them, and they're great. They're very good quality. On the other side of that, I'll give you an example. This tool made by Schaff. This is a 7 Fishtail. And what I found about the Schaff, the quality is not quite as good as the Swiss Made. However, they're very tough and durable. And if you know how to sharpen and you get this tool sharp, this tool performs every bit as good as any of the others that you would say, you know, they're top quality, such as the Swiss Made, Dastra, Addis, there's a host of them, 2 Cherries. So if you want to get started, these are inexpensive. I think you can get a set of 12 to start out with. It used to be about $99. Now I think it's a little over that. So consider it. If you follow my sharpening method, which I'm going to show you, you'll find that these are easy to sharpen. Well, not necessarily easy, because some of them need to be reground. So that takes a little bit more time, but if you have the time, it's a great way to go. So I have lately picked up a number of vintage tools. This one is an Addis. Addis has a very good reputation. They stay sharp. They're durable. Very, very good. Here's one, a long bent one. And most of the time when you get them, they're not sharp. And you wonder, like, who was using these tools? But anyway, they're not sharp. But once you learn how to sharpen, you'll have them ready to go in a couple minutes. And it'll be no problem for you. Here's a Herring Brothers, number 6. That's pretty much worn out, but it will still work. And in the sharpening video, I'm going to show you what to look for and how to get going with these tools, what to do with them. Here's a Dastra. Dastra has a little screw on the back, imprinted. This is a number 3 sweet. And this one happens to have plastic or acrylic handle, which, if you can see, is a little bent or crooked. So I plan to rehandle this chisel. I don't like the plastic. I don't like it bent. I think I can straighten that out. So I've come to really like the feel of what they call the London pattern. I'll show it to you. Let me grab it back here. Have one sitting here. This is the London pattern. This is maple, and it feels good in the hand and it doesn't roll on the bench. The facets there catch it, but it just feels really good in the hand, and you can get your thumb right in this crook here. Your other finger kind of comes around it, and it's just super, super comfortable. And then with this on the back, you can tap it, using a mallet pretty good. So I like this. It's my preference. But here's the question. You have a German Dastra, and you have an English London pattern. Can you put this on this? Like that old saying, what do you get when you cross a this with a that? I don't know, is that heretical to put a London pattern handle on a Dastra chisel? I don't know, you tell me. Let me know what you think about that. For you more experienced carvers. This, I think, this does not have any maker's mark on it. I recently purchased this. It's kind of a fishtail, but it looks handmade actually, and I've got to sharpen it. So I've saved some of these so I can sharpen them with you and show you how I go about doing it. Now, what I found is a lot of these vintage, like if you go out and you start buying Swiss-made tools, you're gonna spend between $40 to $70 average, and the bigger ones go up well over $100. So you can really sink some money into them. Again, we talked about the shaft. They're less expensive. There are also a couple other brands that are less expensive. Lately, I've been more into collecting some vintage tools like the Herring Brothers and the Addis tools, and you can get them at estate sales and eBay. Recently, I've been getting some pretty good deals off of eBay through London. Now, if you get, say, a lot of chisels shipped from London, it's going to cost probably $20 to $30. which sounds like a lot of money. I mean, if you're buying one chisel, that is almost cost prohibitive. But if you're going to buy like a lot of 12 or 14 or something like that, then the $20 or $30 really is insignificant. It really doesn't make a difference. The other issue is if you buy them in a lot, you might have 2 or 3 of the particular tool that you don't want or whatever. I found that it's just as easy to put it back on eBay and sell it. You'll definitely get your money's worth out of it. Some of these, if you buy them individually, you're going to pay anywhere from probably $10 or $12 to $25, like say for a vintage Addis chisel. Sometimes you can catch them better than that, if somebody's not paying attention or whatever, but that's the average. The ones I've been getting from England, like in a lot of 12 or 14, I just order them, have them sent over, I pay the shipping, and if I've gotten a duplicate of something and I don't really need it, I'll either pass it on to a carving friend or I'll remarket it. So there's ways around it, and there's ways of acquiring these tools without spending a fortune. That's the point I want to make. You don't have to buy everything new, and get involved in a club. If you're involved in a carving club, a lot of people are older, and unfortunately we all pass away at some point, and the tools are available for the next person who wants to use them and do something beautiful with them. I mean, they shouldn't be sitting in somebody's shop doing nothing. They should be used and appreciated. And I do appreciate the tools that I have, and I hope that when I pass on, that somebody that really likes them and can use them will get some value out of them and some pleasure out of them. So anyway, I just wanted to speak a little bit about tools again, and I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to move on to work holding and wood selection later, and then we're going to move on to sharpening. Sharpening, you definitely want to see that. Like I said, I've got some unique ways of sharpening that I think will really benefit you. So please stay tuned, subscribe so you get notified when I do the next video, and we'll have some fun together. All right? Take care.